Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a quick general reading for the collective of the energy that is moving in and moving out as we move through the month of September. I am going to use the Housewives Tarot as our primary reading, and I am using the Signs of the Time Oracle as our wrap-up energy for the month. And I think I'm going to pull in some mini divvy cards as I go through this reading. To save time, I've already shuffled, laid out the cards, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. Remember, readings are always for entertainment purposes here on the channel, and you can choose to take what you want from this reading and see if it resonates with you in any way. So what I get here as a whole for the month of September starts with this Emperor card right in the center. And I feel there is an entire focus on what we can control in our life for the month of September. We want to have our hands in all the things like an octopus. I'm going to control this. I'm going to control them. I'm going to control how this works out. I'm going to control all of it. But as you know, you cannot control all things at all times. And sometimes with our ending energy here at the Hangman, we have to let stuff go, surrender to what's going to happen, and view it in a different way. So up here during the first portion of the month, we have Justice, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Right away with these three cards, I feel like someone is feeling something is owed to them. They are feeling this opportunity is owed to them. They are feeling that they deserve this opportunity because of a consequence that happened in their life prior to. However, with the Seven of Wands that follows those two cards, is it really the opportunity that you want to seize? Is it really going to give you the satisfaction that you think that it's going to give you? Because I don't see that happening with that Seven of Wands energy right here. The Seven of Wands is a very challenging energy. And if you're feeling like this opportunity is owed to you in some way and you just want someone to give it to you, then you maybe ended up biting off more than you can chew, number one, or it's not going to yield you the results that you think that it's going to yield to you with that Seven of Wands energy right there. And again, it's all comes back to this Emperor here. If we branch this out into a triangle, and it's trying to control this situation. You're trying to control what is given to you, why it's given to you, and so on. Especially with this Justice and the Emperor surrounding that Ace of Pentacles card. So whether that's a new job or any kind of opportunity that's coming up in your life, why are you feeling the way that you're feeling around it? Why are you feeling that it's something that's owed? So let's see what the omen is for the first portion of the month to go along with that energy. So we have dropping a comb, a dropped connection. So what I get with that is, are you burning bridges in order to make this opportunity happen for you? Are you trampling over others in order to seize this opportunity because you feel that it's owed to you? If you do that, then there may be complications in a relationship. And that's very interesting that a drop connection is what comes out, and we start mid-month with that Two of Cups energy. So is all of this worth it to seize that opportunity if it's going to cause turmoil in a close relationship that you have with somebody? You are feeling like you have to stand your grounds, that you are in the right, that there is no give and take in this at all. You're in the right. This is what you deserve, and you're tending not to bend. But is that actually the reality that is occurring, especially when we come down here to the Emperor and control? So keep in mind that depending on how hard you pursue this, there could be an end to some sort of connection in your life. So here we have mid-month, and we've got Two of Cups, the Emperor, and the Knight of Pentacles. And again, I feel with the Justice and the Two of Cups on top of each other, or, the Justice on top of the Two of Cups, that you're feeling like you're in the right in some sort of argument. There is some sort of whatever turmoil was going on in this relationship that you are trying to control the outcome of. The question I have for that again is this all worth it? Just like I said up here, is it worth it to continue to pursue this at the detriment of a relationship? Because we have Temperance down here right below the Emperor. So there is a definite out of balance when it comes to the control and the Two of Cups in that relationship aspect of it. So that's something to think about, is winning at all costs actually winning in the end? If you are in a relationship, this may be a week of a power struggle. There is some sort of power struggle that is happening mid-month with these cards here. Romantic, co-worker, boss, whatever that partnership is of some sort, that is usually in harmony with Justice, Emperor, and that there's a power struggle that is occurring. The advice from the Knight of Pentacles here is to take things slow before you jump to conclusions, before you think you know all the ins and outs of everything. Maybe think before you speak with the Knight of Pentacles, because what I get with the High Priestess under the Two of Cups is secrets. There is not everything being divulged at this time. There is information that you don't have, that you don't know yet. So before you jump to any sort of conclusions in the middle of the month of September, take it slow and make sure that you are gathering all the information that you need before you make the decision of what to do. So I'm going to pull a Omen card to see what that wrap up is. Dreaming of a dead loved one. You will talk to someone you haven't heard from in a while. That's really interesting that that card came out, because they may have that piece of missing information that you don't have at this time. So keep your ears open to see what occurs for you if someone does have other information for you. Also, pay attention to what's happening in your dreams mid-month. You may be getting nudges, guidance from spirit in some way, guidance from a deceased loved one in some way that gives you a path forward in this situation, that maybe shows you that you don't have to control everything that's going on in this partnership. But just remember to take things slow mid-month and not jump to those conclusions. So as we come down here to our last three cards, I'm going to try to move them up a little bit. We have all majors. So the end of the month carries a lot more weight for me when I have all majors like this than the beginning or middle of the month. So we've got the High Priestess, the Temperance, and the Hanged Man. And immediately what I get is, if you chose not to keep those secrets and speak out of turn and just like control what the situation was, things are going to be way, way, way out of balance. And then you're going to end up having to take that step back, surrender to the situation, and really view it in a different perspective to see if that was even the right thing to do. It's interesting that Justice is our beginning card and the Hanged Man is our end card, because you're starting out the month thinking that you know what's right or wrong, thinking that you have all the answers, you know what's going on, you're trying to micromanage it, and then at the end of the month, you're stuck in that Hanged Man energy where you've got to let it all go. And you have to surrender to what your choices were, surrender to what the consequences are, and then to decide for yourself of, okay, maybe I should look at this situation in a completely different way. Also, I get with the end of the month is it's time to step back and keep those secrets. You don't have to divulge everything. You don't need to confront right away. Maybe you just need to keep some things to yourself and just wait and see how they play out on their own before you try to force it or make it play out in a certain way with that Emperor Emperor energy. Temperance is asking you to get yourself back in balance, to really, I know this is like the tipping of the scale, but there's a weighing of the pros and cons here that I feel is needed in that temperance to show you on paper, look, this is what's in front of you. If you do this, if you do this, which I know goes back to justice, but there is that mixing of ingredients like we have here. And look, there's justice, there's anger, there's joy, there is sorrow, I guess it's that way. It's all being mixed together. So all your actions here with this emperor is causing all these emotions that you are putting into that bowl, and you are mixing them all together. So that's, like I said, that weighing of the pros and cons here to help you regain some sort of balance at the end of the month. But trying to micromanage everything, and with this emperor, you come to the point that you know that you can't do it anymore, that you've got to let it go. Also, by the time the month comes towards an end, you are going to want that better balance, to regain that balance in that relationship here, especially since that card is very close to this temperance card. So be careful what you say and do at the beginning to see how it's going to end up damaging that relationship altogether. So think that through, because by month's end, you're going to have a different take on it, and then you're going to try to, maybe fix it. So that's something to think about. Let's pull an omen card to wrap up the end of the month energy. Sneeze before breakfast. Loneliness is ending soon. So if you choose to step into that balance energy, what I get from that is that you are going to be able to work things out here in this relationship of this Two of Cups, with that loneliness is ending soon. So that's something to think about as you come here to the end of the month. And the card that I pulled as the overall energy for the entire month of September is Crown, personal power. It's fine to step into our personal power, to stand our ground, to speak up when we feel that we are maybe being taken advantage of, to speak up about something that we know is wrong, etc. But there's a fine line with that also. There's a fine line with personal power and exerting your control over others. And that's kind of what I get with this Emperor in the middle and this Crown and personal power here. You need to be careful with how much power you are trying to exert over situations and over others in your life. Stand up for yourself and your beliefs, but don't project those onto others. Don't add that to another person's plate. This personal power is yours, it's not theirs. So don't try to force your will, force your ways, force your ideas onto anybody else. So that's what I get with that energy. Let me know what you thought of this reading. Let me know if you felt that that resonated for you in any way. I know it's a projection ahead, and things can change at the drop of a hat and a snap of a finger by our choices and our thoughts on things. So just keep that in mind. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'm wishing you a wonderful September. Until I see you next time, bye.